something to make you think. We are human, right? The word says it. We all know that, right? We're all human beings, right? Human. And do you know what a hue is? H-U-E. A hue, right, is the attribute of a color, by virtue of which it is observable, depending on that color's intensity or lightness. Meaning, we are hues, right, in a man's body, right, in a physical body, in physical form. Color, right? Basically, we are light. And what is light? Light is a frequency. Light vibrates depending on the intensity of it, right? Or on the heaviness of it, right? It vibrates differently depending on its surrounding. So since we are light, right, how can we control our light? We as humans, right, we can control the frequency of our light through our thoughts, through our mind, right? The thoughts that we produce create different frequencies, different colors of light, which is why we have auras, right? When people say, oh, the color of your aura is bright like yellow, or it's kind of dark, you know, like purple. That color of aura is the type of frequency that you are emitting, depending on the lightness of it or on the darkness of it. Genesis chapter 1, right? The beginning of the Bible. Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. We are the light that God created. That's what God did on the very first day. Everything around us is made out of light. Like I've said before, right? We are made out of energy. Everything's made out of energy. What is light? Light is energy, right? In our cells, right? We have little atoms bouncing together that create the cells. But when we have a lot of cells, right, it creates tissue. When we have a lot of tissue, it creates organs. And when we have a lot of organs working together, it creates the human body, right? And I wanted to bring that up, right? So you could think about it. So you could also think about the Bible. The Bible is a great tool, right? To teach us where we come from, to teach us how to interact with the world around us, right? It gives us examples of situations that we may come across during our lifetime and how we can confront those situations, right? It is for us to use during this lifetime as some type of guidance, right? People like to twist that, right? A lot of religions turn that into their own perspectives, right? Especially the Catholic Church. A lot of the stuff that was written originally, it was taken out. And why? Because they benefit from that, right? They benefit from people staying stuck to that structure. They make you look for God outside of yourself. People spend their whole lifetimes in search of God, right? In search of whatever it is, right? When really, all of the answers are within. God is within us. And when you see God like that, in that perspective, your connection will be much closer. When you see God as something else, right? Something outside of you, a distant force in the horizons, we tend to miss out on a lot because of that certain perspective. But God is within all of us, right? The power is within all of us. God made us complete. Right? He gave us everything that we needed within us because we are light, we are energy, and we have everything we need within us. That's a kind of consciousness that when you learn it, you'll see how much your life changes. Why do you think there's so much wars between religions and people with different beliefs? Because people are constantly in a power struggle, right? People are constantly wanting to be bigger than another person. They want to be more powerful than another person, right? A government wants to be more powerful than another government. A religion wants to be more legit than another religion, right? And that just creates chaos and it creates conflict. The word, the truth, has been twisted. And the word says it, religion. You're relying on someone else's beliefs, right? On someone else's thoughts. Because let me tell you what God didn't create. God didn't create Christianity, and he did not create Catholicism, right? What God created was energy, right? He created light. He created the spirit. The spirit is within that light. Right? That is why we have consciousness, because of our light, because of our spirit. That is spiritual. When you're spiritual, doesn't mean that you have to do all these rituals and all. No, right? Because I'm not like that. And not really rely, right? Because you shouldn't rely on anything, right? Confirmation. You co-create instead of relying on outside sources, right? I co-create with God. I co-create the life that I want with the universe. I co-create it. I'm not relying on no one else, right? I make my own decisions, and that is some knowledge and wisdom for you guys today. Always watching. Okay, we're gonna stretch our bodies to get our blood circulating, to get our blood flowing. You don't have to be a big yogi or anything. However, if for whatever reason you can't do these stretches that I'm about to do, I strongly recommend that you find some that you can do online. This one is really good to stretch this part right here. Because remember, energy loves to gather around here. Unnecessary energy. And we must release it to make space for better energy. And then if you want to go a little bit harder, bend this leg right here. Slowly, surely. Takes practice. I also like to do these right here. And the same thing. The other leg. Also, this one is so good for your lower back. And you can make it a little bit more challenging by walking up back more. You can also stretch your lower back like this. And remember, make sure that you're breathing in and out. You guys hear those birds? And I like to kill this with some push-ups. And some icebreakers. And guys, also make sure that you stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking your water. Your H2O, because our body needs that. Remember, we're made out of like 90% water, and not only do we need it, right, but it's beneficial for our skin, it's beneficial for our energy levels, it's beneficial for our organs to keep working. Water is just beneficial, period. I love my little Reypapi water bottle. I wrote my name on it. Is that a flower? Wow, you look so pretty. Okay, so I just came back. I did a little trip to the art store nearby, and I got some art utensils. I felt the need to draw, to bring my inner child out. And being creative is what gives me that fire, right? It's what fuels me on this beautiful earth, this beautiful planet. So I got a few stuff, and this is what I got. I got 3 different canvases, so I could have a lot of room to paint, a lot of space. I also got this cute little notebook. Look how cute it is. It has little rainbows, little suns, and little unicorns. Get a notebook so you can write down your feelings, right? If you don't already have one, because I know I've mentioned it on my previous videos, right? But get a notebook so you can write down your to-do list, things you want to accomplish throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. Write down what you feel, why you may feel like that. Write down your dreams, write down your aspirations. Just write down. Because when you write down and you put it into action, right? That's already a step closer. I got a few markers. I got some new pens. I got my mom and my grandma some my nail polish. Some lead pencils. I really didn't have anything to say. I just wanted to, capture the nice view of the sun hitting my face. And I wanted to capture the, the lighting. But I'm speaking right now, some clouds covered it. But yeah, that was the sunset for like 5 seconds that I showed you guys here. It literally just set. That was meant for you guys to see. I was literally about to turn off my camera and I was told not to. Today was such a good day. I added a new video to my other channel, Papi Wear. That's my brand. And I drew a butterfly because I kept seeing butterflies, What I was talking about the other day about synchronicities, right? Make sure that you pay attention to the signs, right? That are given to you by the universe, by God. It's like, once you know the truth, right? Once you have clarity on the truth, it's like nothing anyone can say or do can, put you back in that mentality of believing everything that you see. It's like when I first became awakened, right? And when I first became aware of all of the jealousy that was going on, all of the betrayal that was going on, right, around me. The secret court case, the smear campaign, with the falsified documents, etc. Right? It's like as much as I wanted to not be awakened, because come on now, like I just discovered all of this, and now I'm seeing people for their true colors, right? And it's like I thought about it. I'm like, I cannot unsee this. I cannot unsee their mask. I cannot unsee everything, right? And what am I gonna do? Be unawakened again and just submerged in my lies because of being in denial of what's going on, because of being in fear of what is going on? No, right? Once you have awakened, right, it is hard to go back to sleep, right? You must be like really in denial if, you try to not be awakened again, right? Because once you see people for who they are, and once you see people for everything that they've done, it's kind of hard to go back to sleep and act like nothing happened. No. Words were said, actions were done against an innocent person, me. Right? Laws were broken by them. Lots of laws. And no one is above the law. Right? And I think about it and I'm like, dang, I really dealt with all of this with such grace, with such beauty, with intelligence, with knowledge, and with wisdom, right? Because I knew that I didn't do anything, and because I knew what was going on, and because I know the type of person that I am, and I know the type of person that I've been with everyone. And I always knew that, well, on top of my spiritual gifts, right, and my connection with the divine, I knew how everything was going to turn out. And I knew that everything that I prophesied 8-9 months ago now was going to be exactly how I said, right? And I was guided to post those videos, not only to express myself, but when this time arrived, right, there was no confusion, right? Ray's been known what was going on. Ray's been prophesied this. Ray's been authentic, and he stayed real, and he stayed true to who he was, regardless of people making up hella, with falsified documents, which is one of the many reasons why now they have to face legal consequences. And when my time is right for me to testify, when a court of law and court officials are ready and willing to hear everything that I know and hear my side of the story, right? Because everything was a secret until now, I will be more than honored to speak the truth in front of one person or in front of 1,000 people. Do you guys hear this? That's the sound of the night, the calm sound of the night. And I really wanted to capture this moment because I always capture the morning and the sun rising, the night after a beautiful day. The sun was shining out of its light on us today, right? Depending on what weather you had today. But the sun was shining its light, right? It was nurturing us, giving us all that vitamin D. The sun was working on us all day today. And now it's time for the sun to shine its light in the other side of the world, right? And if you take that into, a life's perspective, right? You work on yourself all day, right? You work on what you got to do, work on your dreams, goals, aspirations, on making things a reality. But just how the sun took a little break from us, right? We should give that break to ourselves, especially after working so hard, right? At night, we deserve some peace time because just how hard work is needed, right? So always having that time for ourselves to relax, right? And really look back at our progress, really look back at what we did today. Giving, did you guys see that lining? Giving that other side of us, right? That nourishment that we need.
Wow.